And so what can the Europeans learn from Ukraine, who have obviously been at the forefront of all of this for years at this point, and are the leaders in drone warfare, in military innovation in many ways, but so are the Russians, right? So it's a sort of bit of a catch-22 that the Ukrainians can teach the Europeans a lot, but by
Yes,
extension, the Russians are learning themselves. So one needs to
yes,
consistently outpace the other, right?
that's a very good point. So the issue is that in terms of drone warfare and in modern warfare, both the Russians and the Ukrainians are ahead of most European countries because they have been doing this for the last 4 years. So I think this is the worrying part, that if Russia challenges NATO in the Baltics, then they know what are the casualties, they have the doctrine, they have the training, they have the production capacity, right? So even the US, I think I just read somewhere that want to procure 50,000 new drones in one specific category. And in the meantime, Ukraine is building or producing 3-4 million drones per year. So we can see that even in the US, this catch up didn't happen. It doesn't happen as quick. Everyone realizes this, but if you don't have the pressure of a war or of a conflict, the military organizations have huge amount of inertia, and it's very difficult for them to change their processes and bureaucracies and so on. So I think this is the more worrying part, that we need to do this quicker. The other issue is that I think it's very important is many European countries lost its industrial capacity. I really like South Korea, because South Korea has a population of 52 million. Its GDP is about Italy or Spain, but they have a military of 500,000 troops. It is more than the British, French, and German armed forces combined. Of course, they have conscription, so about 2/3 of their personnel is conscript. But before COVID, so the largest NATO exercise after the Cold War was in 2024, if I remember well, with about 90,000 troops participated from 32 countries. And before COVID, the South Korean military did a military exercise that involved 200,000 troops every year, right? Every year. So it is what I am saying, that we are still not feeling that kind of pressure that other countries with a clear adversary are able to do. And it is the same with the production capacities. The South Koreans have hot production capacities, and they are building and producing things much faster than the Europeans, and cheaper because they have the mass. So the unit cost is lower. So still there are, I think, lessons that we can learn from other countries. And when I talked to Polish military officers in 2022 and 2023, they told me that basically first they wanted to buy European tanks and American ones. But the German companies told Germany that Poland, that they can provide, or they can deliver the first batch of Leopard 2 in about 8-10 years. The first batch is about 10-15 tanks. And the US told them that they cannot provide as many tanks that they wanted. So the only country that could do that, it was South Korea. And after they signed the contract, South Korea delivered the first batch of battle tank in 3 months. So it shows that we were not ready for this kind of things. Now Germany is ramping up military industrial capacity, so now we are in a much better position. But we were starting from a very low base, and still we are in a very low base. So this is one thing that we need to really focus on.